All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the R1 race bike build. As you guys seen in the last video, we installed the Spark full titanium exhaust. And I just want to show you guys real quick. Look at all the sick bluing and purple that's already coming into it. God, it looks so good. But today we are doing brakes. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say brakes, but we're actually doing quite the upgrade. We've got new rotors, remote adjuster, captive spacers for the front, new handlebar tubes, new master cylinder, new reservoir, new titanium brake caliper bolts. These are the Performance Tech new brake radiators, and then our Ferodo C-Pro pads, because those aren't just your everyday average stainless steel rotors. These are Brake Tech's new ductile iron. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna do is basically, like you've seen me do in many videos, I'm gonna do the teardown first, and then we'll go ahead and talk about what we got. So we're gonna take off the handlebars, drain the brake fluid, get the front wheel off, just all kinds of stuff. Let's get to it. So the front end is completely disassembled, at least for everything that we're doing on the bike. So we have the front wheel off, of course. We have the handlebars off, all the switch gear, all that stuff. And unfortunately, we do have some sick Apex Nintendo Switches coming, but they're just not in yet. So we at least want to get the bike in like a rideable situation at least, and then we can go ahead and install those parts at a later date. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean this stuff up, and we'll get our rotors swapped over here. If you're doing this yourself and you want to know how to do it, you simply just take these off, these little Torx heads right here. And when you do get brakes, you should have a left and right side. So one of the things to keep in mind is on the R1 at least, you'll have your wheel speed sensor, but this doesn't need to come off. Just keep track of which side is which. For instance, our speed sensor is on the left side, so just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead, pull this off. I'm gonna clean the wheel before we install the brakes, but then we'll get the brakes installed. All right, new rotors are installed. Damn, they look so nice. Huge shout out to Brake Tech. The irons are definitely one of the best brakes in the business. So if you do run a ductile iron rotor, you have to run a specific organic carbon pad. So that's why we're running the Ferodo C-Pros. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, tear out the old brake pads, and then install the new brake radiators and the new brake pads and the calipers. New brake pads and the Performance Tech brake radiators are in. They look sweet. They come with all new pens and everything, so you can pull out, the retainer, the pen, all the stock stuff on your caliper and replace it with the stuff that Performance Tech supplies you. So now I just put the new tubes in for the handlebars. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw on a brand new set of domino grips, and then we can move on to our Performance Tech 3D Tech billet master cylinder and plumb up the brake lines, get everything reinstalled, and get close to bleeding the brakes. All right, guys, I do apologize. We worked late into the night last night, and we had a huge storm, so it just wasn't good filming. But let me show you what I went ahead and did. I got the rotors on there, the pads, everything. One thing you'll notice is we do not have the brake radiators on there from Performance Tech. Unfortunately, it's a sick piece of kit, but because we're running the Brake Tech iron rotors, they're actually thicker than the OEM rotors, and the brake rads are meant for stock rotors. So when I installed them in there with the new pads, we actually couldn't even get it on the rotor. It just locked up the brake. So unfortunately, I had to take those off, but we got our titanium caliper bolts. We got our new bars, some nice Woodcraft brake lever protection, our new grips, our new 3D Tech Performance Tech master cylinder, got the reservoir, everything's good, remote adjuster on this side. Now, if you're looking at the switch gear, yeah, they're kind of open, but that's because there's that little dowel on the inside that matches it to the bar. And because we have Apex switches coming for the bike, I'm not going to drill into the bar for a hole that's not necessary. So I actually just put it on there so it's rideable to take it for a test ride, but don't worry about that. Not going to be finished product. Also, we got the Translogic pit lane warm-up button installed, and I've got that wired to the harness. It's just wrapped there. I'm going to tidy a lot of this up when we do the final part of the build, and we can actually tidy all the wiring up. Like I said, remote adjusters in. Everything's good. It is looking great. I'm super happy with how it came out. And I'm sorry, I don't usually shoot videos like this, but like I said, because we had that uncalculated problem that arose with the brake rads and the weather and it getting dark quick, unfortunately, that's where we're going to end the video off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, because next video, we're actually going to start mocking up the rest of the body work, as well as getting this thing looking like a complete bike. So thank you guys so much for watching. This channel's only going to get faster, and we'll see you on the next one.